Alright, so um I don't even know if I'm gonna keep this audio or if I'm just gonna record, but just in case I keep this audio, um a friend of mine wanted me to record real time how I color, and how I have colors work with each other and things like that. So I'm not an expert at it, but hopefully you can learn something from this video, or it can help you with how you deal with some colors and stuff like that. Alright, so when I go to color, um, I try to keep in mind that I try to keep things saturated, and I try to do hue shifts. So what would help with how to tackle the colors like I have been doing is saturation, hue shifting, and then controlling, or not controlling, but fixing your colors by going to adjustments and levels, contrast, brightness, contrast, hue saturation, and color balance. Whoops. But yeah, control B, color balance. Those are things that help me when I do some detailed paintings like this. I haven't really done detailed paintings as much as this, but as much as my last ones. So I'm still fairly new at this. And the fact that my screen is reading some colors wrong, you might see some completely different colors than I do. From what I was told, I see in my screen there's a lot of blue and a lot of gray, which is what I try to avoid. So that's why my paintings come out very, very colorful, because I try to avoid those colors. So I'm using sands as an example, and my friend that wanted to learn how I tackle colors wanted to learn how I tackle colors like in my past drawing. So to get colors kind of like this, and it is a lot of knowing what colors work with each other or trying to get them to work together, like the orange and the bluish purple here, and so on and so forth. So that's what I'm gonna be trying to work on today. So I'm gonna do probably a similar scene like that one. So what helps me is that I have the sands right here. As you saw, he's see-through. It's because I sketched him and cleaned him up. But if you sketch on a white layer, there's an easy way to get rid of the white. And I'll show you real quick. So you control your contrast, go to image adjustments, you go to contrast, and get as much as you want, like enough of the blacks and the whites, and try to keep some gray variations in there, at least for how I color. And then you go over to the channels and you push this, and then Control Shift I, And then you fill it, you create a new layer, fill it with whatever color you want. And ta-da, you got it. You got transparent. Alright. So with a snowy, actually I should open the one I had before. Okay, so actually I shouldn't even be looking at this one. Let me get my file, because that one is with color correction and the colors won't be the same when it's color corrected. When you paint it, I'm still trying to learn how to paint it, but because these are all color corrected, they come out differently. This is what we want. This is what we want. Okay. So actually the beginnings are over here. This is how this is how it started. And then I built upon it. I used a reference and I took the colors to try and understand, and I meshed it all together and came out with these very beautiful colors. And I am going to teach you how to do something like this. So what we're going to focus on right now is doing this. So that's what we start off with. So I'm going to give him, we're going to put him in the snow. Shift F5. Control U. Saturate that a bit. And this is just real time of how I try to figure out colors. I'm mostly self-taught, so I don't really know how to teach this. I don't know how to word it or anything like that. I don't know much of tricks. I just try it and see what works. Alright, gonna go down here a little bit, keeping close to saturation, and hue shift to more of an orange. And this brush, it's just one I made up, scattering. I have an art pen, so I have the scattering to pin tilt. I just did it to keep it random. Other dynamics I have opacity to pressure. That's about it. Spacing is 13%. It was just a brush I made. I did it by using gradients and lasso tools. Alright, so we're gonna see. Alright, there's some green. Let's see, there's like a gray-green on that side, and then it goes to the blue. Whoops. So we're gonna use that green. If you want to try and keep your colors very vibrant, try staying as close to saturation as possible. I know I'm going to desaturation, but that's because this desaturated green brings out the orange and the yellow. It makes them brighter. And usually when you're trying to pick your colors, you pick, like I picked this color, this yellow, and then I went and changed it to like this orange color, and then so on and so forth. You'd be usually doing that. It's usually your judgment. I just took these colors because I already done this, something like this before. And we don't want to make it red what goes good usually with orange is like the pink. Very lightly. Alright, I think I do want to add some more desaturated greens in there. Since red and green work pretty well together. Alright, so that's like with the sun in the background. Let's soften it. Alright, so now we're going to work on, I'll merge that down. Control E to merge down, and then make a new one, and we're going to work on the snow. Since there's going to be a lot of yellow, I'm going to switch this real quick. I want quick. Alright. So I'm going to try and push the scene back. So lighter, I'm going to have it be more yellow and warm colors to show its back more. So I'll just color all this in. And then, let's see. Lighten that and then desaturate it more because it's further back. In fact, I might make this a little brighter. Don't want to go all the way to white. When I get to white, I like to use white more as a last resort to bring out other things that I want to grab attention. So I try to avoid that as much as I can. Sometimes if you get there, well, you get there. So it's no big deal. So we're just doing rough colors for now. Gonna move sands out of the way. Alright, so now I'm gonna try and bring in more of the pinkish color now. Please ignore my cats if you hear them. Okay. So desaturated pink. Whoops. Keep doing that. Sorry. So I'm gonna actually bring that in here. So that means this needs to be more desaturated because it's further back. This one too. And I'm jumping a few, like usually I go up one for like a super highlight, but from my recent study of Ghibli swatches, which is right here, when they do some highlights, especially towards the blue, they make like a huge jump. So that's what I'm trying to currently practice right now. Alright, so also when I color, I try to make sure my colors and contrast, like everything is readable. So what I do is I make a layer, the most top layer, most up top layer, upmost that layer. Call it grayscale, fill it, and then I go to color. Color. And then that'll let me see how I'm doing. See if everything is readable. Like, and sometimes I'll make notes and stuff like that. A layer above it called notes. But like right now, this is matching this, and I want this to be more in the back, so it could be layered like this. So we're going to need to fix that. So we'll add more highlight to this one and more color to this one. In fact, I'll just color this one as it is right now. I know that seems like a lot of yellow right now, but I'm just trying to get the highlight, and then I'm gonna add some blue later. Actually, now I might add some blue because I need to make the foreground. So for now, I'll just do a desaturated blue. Because I want the warmer colors to be closer to the sun area. Is this blue or purple? Yeah, it's blue. And none of this needs to be perfect because this is just the beginning. Alright. Gonna make a new layer. Copy of that one, which is Control J or Command J on the Mac, if I remember correctly. And I usually like to add pinks, such, in this mix, and then add whites and purples, more blues later. But I'm gonna add this blue a little bit over here, and then just lightly here. Let's see. Take that color. We need to bring its highlight back, so we will go up a bit and hue shift. I'm gonna take this color. Actually, where's that at? Okay, that's fine. I don't usually use the smudge tool or anything much, only if I want to just get rid of some lines like really fast. But the smudge tool doesn't really do much for me anymore. I used to use it a lot, but I started practicing with my soft brush, and I ended up liking that better. So you can still use your smudge tool and everything if it works for you, you know. It's up to you. Okay, gonna mix this in a bit. I'm gonna add a little bit of pink back in there. sure it's saturated. I'm gonna make that purple. See what the looks like with this purple here, and then add the pink, and I like that better. Like that a lot better. So if anyone likes these real-time paintings, I don't mind doing more of these. Just I'm afraid other people will get bored. So I'm gonna try and do this quickly as possible. I'm not quite sure how long this will take. This might take 4 hours. It depends how detailed I go into it. Alright, I'm gonna flip the canvas. I have my canvas shortcut to flipping horizontal to F1 because I don't even know what that does in the original. So I'm not liking how this is mostly just one color. So I'm gonna add a little bit of this over here. Then the in between. Let's see how this looks. It's looking better. This still needs to get itself away from this, so let's take that color. I don't think it really helps. It usually helps to have like an idea of lighting what you want. So far all I have is just that this sun is my highlight. But I don't really have a idea for second lighting. And that's pretty bad. At least if you want it to look very, very professional. I kind of just make it up as I go sometimes, like now. But I know that just color bounces everywhere. And because white kind of just absorbs the color and you don't really see much other colors, at least from photos that I've seen, I kind of just like make up my own like idea of snow that it can take these colors and turn them into this. And these aren't going to stay these colors forever because we're going to fix them or maybe change them later. And who knows? Alright, so this is a very, very grade, very grade pink. So I'm going to use that for here. I guess this isn't really teaching anyone of how to do colors. Alright, I'll stop taking colors from there. But it's good to study. I didn't even know that was just a very gray pink. It just somehow came that way. Yeah. So from the looks of it, I had a lot of that blue in there. So I think I'm going to add it a little bit more back in. See how that looks. So getting better. I'm going to gray this out and saturate it a little more. I know I just said that I try to keep things very vibrant, But when I was doing those paintings, I was actually trying to keep things as saturated as possible without hardly using any grays. And that was just more of a challenge for me that I was just trying to do, because I was trying to find other colors outside of just regular grays and stuff like that. And recently I was very satisfied with what I've done, so now I'm playing with more grays to now get used to having grays in my paintings. So this is a very awkward time. Okay, so I'm switching into my very soft brush that I usually use for blending, and I'm gonna switch it to 20%. So I just push 20 or 20 on the number pad, and then that just blends things really nicely. I'm gonna add that desaturated pink back in. This orange more in here. I'm gonna add that orange I took from there. I want these to be more cool. So I'm just gonna add colors. Hope for the best. That's not what I wanted. That's not what I wanted at all. This is where I just experiment, just adding colors. Because I know I want these to be the most foreground. Okay. Let's move it up a bit. Move our way back up to the purples. Oops. Move our way up to the pink. Make my way back down to the blue here. Add to this one. That's what I'm looking for in the grayscale. Okay. Add a little bit of texture because I don't want too much. Oh, 100. Okay. I'm gonna saturate that a bit because that's looking a little too gray for me. So some blue back in. Just define this a bit. I'm just gonna pretend there's like a light. Alright, there's more I could do, but I don't want to spend, like, waste the whole time doing that. And let's see. We're going to, let me see, hold on. I actually don't like all that empty space around here. A little blue over there. Okay, so want to make this all blend. So we're going to add a layer above it. And if this is starting to get too much for you, I usually go click it and shift all the way to the bottom. Control G for group, and then I name it BG for background. So that way you can have a nice tidy workspace. I personally don't like a whole list of things. So I try to keep them as grouped as possible. Alright, so now we want to make this blend in back a little more. So I'm going to put a new layer below it. And I'm going to take this color because it matches and push it back a bit. And then I'm going to go above it and paint over it with that color. Then I'm going to take this color and do a bit with that too. Okay, so they're pushed back. Just let me bring this back a bit. Alright, so now we got our color ideas and everything. You can define it more. I usually would just define it more, but I don't want to make this video too long. So now we have wonderful sands. I would make a new layer. There's a few ways you could do this. You can make a new layer and then just start painting. Is my thing? Oh. Start painting everything in the back. Or you can get your character a mask and use that, which I already made him a mask. So I'm gonna just make a mask for this. So I did that and then push this button. Alright, so what I do now is just try to imagine where he'll be lighted. I let the background colors influence the character. So right now I'm just gonna fill this because it's masked anyways. And I filled it with the brightest color so far. And now we just try to figure out shadows and things like that. And this is just a lot of practice, trial and error. I take these colors and I can do around him. Is this 100% correct? No, it's nowhere near. But it's something to practice on, and it's fun to do. And you just take colors from your background. We're gonna add local colors too, but this way you can just get an idea how you're gonna light your character. Alright. So now I'm gonna apply it, and I'm gonna bring it up here. Control J in case I want to get back to it. And I'm going to make a copy of my line art. Control J. And I'm just going to put it below here because it's not important. I want the two important ones to be up here. So what I do is that I lock the layer and I pick the darkest color. And then I just make it a tad bit darker. And then can still mess with it here. Just pick something that matches with everything you're doing. That looks okay. Since most of the color influence is going to be blue and his jacket's going to be blue, that'll work just fine. So what I do is I merge them both down. And now they're both on one layer. Oh, actually, no, I don't do that yet. What I'm gonna do is add in some of his local colors. And since he has a blue, he's influenced by the yellow and the orange and the pinkish. This is where it gets a little confusing. But how I did it in the other one is that I went the way of the purple and the pink. Because when you're trying to find the right color, okay, so his color, the highlight is over here. And then like the shadow is like over there. So right here, and then it goes all the way over here. So we want to try and get to those. And since they're so far apart, you think, okay, well then I will just take this color. I'll just get the blue, and then I'll just do this and take the color. But it comes out like a brown. And what you want to do first before you take the in-between colors, at least what I've been doing, is getting the hue shift in between, is building up to that color. So you have this yellow and you need to get to like a blue, but a blue that will mix well with the yellow. So what you could do is build to it. See, and now we're going into the other color. It's really hard to explain. You have to do a lot of trial and error with it. But the blue would be different in this kind of lighting. It wouldn't look as saturated blue. But we're making it there. Okay. I'm actually going to desaturate the blue a bit. Because I imagine white lighting hitting it. I want it brighter than that because it's surrounded by snow, so it would be pretty bright. I think what I was trying to explain was highlight and not finding, like, this is supposed to help find the right color too, but it is still complicated. I still need this pink. There's a to help with this area, like how to help with these colors, like yellow and gold and purple. Actually, I think I needed to saturate the purple more, but Copic markers that I've seen, speed paints and such. Say you want to mix yellow and purple together. But when you try to, you get like this gray color in the middle. This is not how you really blend yet. What you need is the color in between. And the color in between is more like a pink. Because you have the purple down here and you have the yellow all the way here. And it needs to, the purple needs to make its way up all the way to that yellow. So we need to get to pink. So if you look at like Copic marker or Copic marker 3-marker challenge, 3-color challenge or something, you can see like how they handle mixing purple and golds and things like that. And as you can tell, the yellow goes better with the pink than it does the purple. And then you just gradually mix them. And that's how you get those colors to get along with each other. So now you can get this color to play nice with the purple because it went through the pink to get through to the purple. But the purple isn't even what we're wanting. This is why you also need your colors and in your mind set up and not just jump in there like I do. So you don't run into problems like this. But I'm liking how this is coming out. So I think I will stay with this because I like how the purple and the blue is mixing together. So it might have worked out for the best in this situation. look at it, the more I am not satisfied with these snow mounds looking blue. So I think I'm gonna make them more white. I could explain why I did this. It's just it bothered me that this was now lighter than that. So that's why I was trying to make it lighter. So, you know, I did explain. Okay. Actually, I'm going to brighten this a little more. Really pushing it. In my other one, I also had trees, but right now he's not even around trees. But if you added trees and stuff like that, it would add more to it. Alright. Next, I'm gonna work on his shorts. His shorts are like black, but they're gonna be taking in all this blue and everything. So for now, I'll make them just a gray. That's a little too much. So I'll have to do. I changed my brush real quick. You don't need all the brushes. Like I have a ton of brushes, but that's because I have fun with brushes. It's like, what do I feel like today? But you can get through all of this without brushes. Or without all those brushes. Not without brushes, you need brushes. Try not to think about it too much. Let's flip him. He looks kind of tilted. I'll have to fix that. I'll fix it later though, when I merge them together. Alright, now I'm going to take some of this blue, have it reflect in the front. What if I make this purple? Actually, his shorts would hang loose. Up and down. So let's try this again. I am so bad at these. I am so sorry. This is really light. But it's facing away, so make it darker. His shirt's off, also white. And I would make his bones white, but I think I like the idea of it being a warm color instead. So we'll keep it as warm as possible. But now I have all these colors to play with and to work together. And he's reading pretty well. The purple and the blue are mixing in pretty good. Actually, that's mostly blue. I think I'll add a little bit more purple. Okay, now that should be reading differently, yeah. So now I'm gonna copy that. This is locked, so I'm gonna start coloring on his line, and I'm gonna, on his line art, make this yellow a little brighter. Actually, I'm gonna take that orange and do that instead. Start doing his rim light. And now the yellow is different out here. And because we have the pink here, it'll go pretty smoothly. Psst. Pretty smoothly with the yellow. Because the yellow and the pink get along with each other. He's looking a little dark in the front, but he has like, at least in fan art, he has like a light blue going on in here, so I'll be using light blue to reflect. And we haven't even done reflective light as much as we can with the snow here, so there's still that. For now, we're just coloring in the line art so we can merge it down and it can get along fine with everything. Actually, here, this one, I'm gonna make this darker. I'm gonna make it a darker blue. we got what we need, so I'm gonna duplicate that. I duplicate a lot because it's like how I play my games. I'm a spastic saver. So can never be too sure. Alright, so I merge it down, Control E. And check this out. He's reading pretty fine against the background. So that's good. That's what we want. We're going to make him the main focus, so he needs to be able to be readable. Okay. So now we have cleanup duty, which is cleaning up lines. If you already did like line art and you're fine, yeah, that's less work for you to worry about. So I'm gonna add light from the snow onto his jacket, and I'm just adding it as it is. Take this color. I don't want to matching that blue too much because then it's gonna get lost. And there's snow at the bottom, so I'm gonna add it right here. And this is how I made Sans's jacket in my one video. Only I think his colors were warmer that he was picking up. So there was a lot of orange and yellow being picked up. Alright, so this is where I do use a smudge tool, but I do like a is this the one I want? No, this isn't the one I want. No, that's not the one I want. I think it was this one. Only for the pants. I get it pushed and pulled. But I don't rely on this. I still go in and paint. I'm gonna add high shine because he's leaning, so that's pulling. So I'm gonna add a little bit more of a shine. Imagine the light hitting here. I am not the best at lighting, so my predictions and everything it's gonna be way off. Alright. So I think I'm gonna work on his face. Because this is looking gray. I want the light to hit that a bit. I am gonna add rim lighting, but just not right now. But rim lighting would look really good on him right now. It's basically it. This is basically all I do. Just making sure to add in between colors before actually picking between colors. So the colors will get along with each other. Alright, so I'm gonna add some light blue in here. So, new layer. I don't think I'm gonna go outside of it. So I'm gonna add the light blue. To show there's something glowing in here. And it adds variation to it. Let's see if I can tell my chicken scratch. Nah, that looks about right. That's gonna hit under his chin. That's gonna reflect down here. That's gonna be unreadable though. Yeah, it's getting a little difficult to read. So add this blue. In here. Actually, his blue would be more true in here. I'm very sorry if this is confusing. Then he has some blue in here because of his mouth. I could add blue up here because it could reach all the way up here. Let's flip him. Oh, I should probably fix his chest. So let's I'm gonna make a copy and go on to liquefy. Oops, I gave him boobs. Or a boob. Alright, let's see how that looks. That looks better. And this is basically all I do now. We'll pretend we have all of our colors and stuff. Everything is all picked. Everything is great. This is what I do for the rest of the painting. So there's nothing really great or fantastic or magical about it. It's just knowing what colors work together and what doesn't, and that's what you get by practicing. Sorry if I'm talking funny. Very nervous and not really confident in my coloring because I'm still learning, and there's a lot to learn. This actually should be dark blue because this is inside. Actually, this would pick it up, but this would be dark because this is the inside of it. But this would reflect onto it, so we'll take this color. I'm gonna do a little bit of the rim lighting. Actually, I'm gonna make it brighter. So I'll probably fast forward, or I guess not. I think I'm supposed to be doing it all real time. I'm not really sure. I forgot fur for him. Have to fix this. Let's see. The line seems to be right there. Alright, so I'm gonna click him. I'm just gonna get rid of the parts that I don't need the fur on. Okay. Sun's fur. So I don't forget what it is. Oh. Alrighty. So this would be very bright, almost white. Then jump all the way up here. Which one was it? No, it wasn't Hugh. Oh, hold on. There we go. Okay. Okay, I think it was this one. Taking a guess here, because there's a way to make the tips really stand out in this kind of lighting, and I think this was it. About red. Nah, it's too much. No, pink isn't it? So it has to be yellow. Yellow and orange. Yeah, yellow and orange look like the right ones for it. So I'm gonna merge that. And then make a copy of that. Okay. So I think I got what I want from that. So I'm gonna take this texture, get these textures real quick. And then, okay, gonna copy that. Want to add, you just want to add like a little bit of the dark, and then you want to add back in highlights. Hello, kitty cat. I'm busy. I'm busy. That's how you'll get the fur. Hooray! Sans, you're getting your fur. I'm not talking to you, kitty. But hello. I know. You're making me look crazy. Hey, yeah. Alright, I don't want to use the smudge too much because sometimes it doesn't come out right. I know. Please excuse my kitty cat. He is meowing because he can do that. I know. Okay, good. Alright, I'm just gonna make a new group for fur. Okay, so I'm going to Kitty, I'm doing things. I'm doing stuff. I'm doing it. I'm doing stuff. Um, I haven't done fur in so long, so I hope this is okay. Alright, but that's gonna have to do for now for his fur. Actually, I'm a little bothered that that's not really dark there. Let's make it... Whoopsie. Don't freak out. I am gonna change that. I just wanna... So I made a new layer and I just overlaid the other one. Where is it? There it is. And now I'm just gonna erase this. Oh wait, this is I get rid of that. That's not what you wanted. There we go. Alright. Oh, that's the other one I was wanting. Okay. Let's see. No. Alright, I was at color dodge. Okay. Don't think that matters. Yeah, that doesn't matter. That matters. What does that look like normally? Oh, just a really dark blue. Okay. Ooh, I kind of like how that looks with the pink in there. I just gotta fix it. Okay, so let's just make a copy of that. Okay, and what I'll do is copy. Will this work? Let's see. Control Shift C, paste it. Let me see if sans disappears in the background. I don't know. Whoops. Okay. Let me just see how this goes, and then if I don't like it, then I don't have to keep it. The more I'm doing this, the more I'm not liking it. Okay, I don't like this one anymore. Okay. Wait, this is the one I want to keep. Okay. Alright, so that's enough with the fur. Sorry. Yeah. Alright, let's get back to Sans. um, now he has fur. Hooray, Sans, you have fur. Brighten this a bit. I don't know if I like the Sans that I've made. I want to make a good Sans, but it's gonna take more practice. Actually, I'm gonna have that hit this cheekbone. In turn would hit this. I'm still not liking this one. Let me see. What can we do? What if I... Well... I keep working on his fur! I'm sorry! Papa. Alright, I'm gonna have to add just a darker color then. Because this is driving me nuts. Alright. That's as good as I'm gonna get it, I think. At least for now. So. Okay. Back to Sans. Again. For real. For real this time, I mean it. Gosh, I don't even know if I'm gonna upload this. This is so bad. Not you, Sans. Just me. And how I'm presenting you is bad. Alright. So I'm already using colors that I have and just practicing picking and such. I don't like how gray that is anymore. Okay. see. I don't really like that gray on his chest, so... Man, I must have contradicted myself so many times on on this video, and I feel so bad. Mm. Oh, that's right. I still gotta do that. Oh, it's, looks like I'm gonna use it for that anyway. No, I want to erase. Alright, I think I got that pretty much taken care of. Alright, let's see how we're doing. Doing pretty good. So it's all pretty readable, which is good. Hmm. Oh god, no. We don't want that. About curves. Nope, don't want that. Yeah, let's bring that up a bit. Nope. I want it faded a bit more. It seems a little too warm. this might actually be better. Yeah, I'm liking that better. Let me see. I did that by Control Shift F since I just did levels. Now I'm just messing with all the settings that it has to offer. And lighten seems to work best. Yeah, I like that better. This part, it's just really, you just gotta keep working at it. It must be really boring watching every stroke. Like usually you just stay at make your brush big and you block in all the colors. And some people stay, you know, big the whole time on here and just keep that brush setting pretty big, and that's good and all, like it looks good at thumbnail, but like when you zoom in you might miss mistakes, or when you zoom in you can miss some mistakes. In my last painting I started using a smaller brush because I had to zoom in on the characters a lot because of my husband's thumbnail. You would get to see the characters, like you may not see them well on the thumbnail, but like I had it as a border too, so you would see the details. So I had to work on them and get all the details done. So I had to zoom in a lot and get the details right. And I always made my brush small. And that's just pretty much how I just started blending. And it took a while. Like, I'm not gonna lie, it took a long while. But because of that, I I got details done. I cleaned up my pictures really well. So it's a hard, tedious way, but it made the end result worth it. So you can continue using your big brush and everything. Um, I'm not one to judge. It's just it was hard for me to like just fully finish a picture without mistakes. Because I felt like I was getting careless, and I was getting lazy with it, and I didn't like that too much. So when I started adding details, like in my last painting with Sans Papyrus and my husband's character, um, it felt really good that I was getting those details done. don't think I'll go too much into detail with this one because it's just to show my process. Oh, I like this. I like this color. I'm gonna keep this color. Keep this one too. I think I'm gonna finish up pretty soon. I think this video's been going on for a while. Just gonna do a few more things. Okay. So I'm pretending there's light from under. I haven't practiced the anatomy for this just yet. Rib cages. So it's not perfect. So what I'm gonna do is finish up the light seeing through there. And then I'm gonna add zippers. Maybe add something a little bit to the background. And then call it a day. Okay, so this isn't what I want. Blur, 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 Kashawn blur. Okay, I'm gonna double that a few times. Let's hide that one. Okay, that's all merged down. Actually, I'm gonna keep it the way it is. Alrighty. Oh, still gotta do a cigarette. Okay. I'm being really lazy with this. I don't want to spend too much time on it. I'm honestly not really thinking how to color that. I'm just trying to put in something real quick. Alright. Oh, I forgot his zippers. So let's get his zipper. I have a brush for a zipper. But you can also make a zipper if I can just find my zipper. Alright. So what you need for the brush for a zipper is have a rectangle and then set. I use shape dynamics, pen pressure, and then I have smoothing. I have angle jitter, direction. That's it. Okay. I always screw it up. There we go. zipper. Then we're gonna duplicate that. Hide this one. Delete group. Group only. There. Lower the opacity on this one. Multiply. Okay, we're gonna merge these down. Wait, nope, that's not what I wanted. Merge this down to that one. Then merge this one down to that one. Wait, I forgot. Forgot about this. Oh, duh. Alright, now he has zippers. Okay. So saving. Merge all that. Oh no, don't crash. Good thing I just saved. Alright, I'll be right back. Okay. Alright, just the grouping was lost. Alright, so I didn't lose anything because I saved just in time. Alright. So I guess all we should really... Actually, I want to fix this. I want to add more. There's a lot more yellow in the back now. So I want to add more yellow. Alright. Alright, I don't need this. I don't need this. I don't need this. I don't need this. Not quite sure. What is this supposed to be? Just get rid of it. Alright, so I'm gonna group these together. Backups. Originals. Save that. Alright. Sands. Alright, so now I have him grouped. And I'm gonna copy all of this. Control Shift copy. V. And now I have the background on its own layer. Maybe I should add mountains. Okay, let's not do that yet. Let me try adding mountains because it looks too horizontal like this. And we need something vertical besides sands. So that needs to make its way up to yellow. Filter, blur. Okay. Hmm. Nah. Alright. Now we're gonna take sands away. Copy. Alright. Hmm. You know what? I know why it looks so funny. It's got all this going on, and if I want it to snow, it needs to be kind of blue up at the top. Which will kind of make it look weird. We'll see how it goes. But that's why it looks weird. We have all this snow, but not a single cloud in the sky. Hmm. Okay, maybe I should try adding a cloud. Clouds can be a very harsh purple. I actually don't have a cloud reference right now, so I'm winging all this. Don't be like me, get cloud references. And I'm not talking Final Fantasy Cloud. But if you do get Final Fantasy Cloud reference, then, well, your clouds are gonna look very different. Alright, that orange is very gross against that. So let's try this one. This one's better. Okay. These aren't the most perfect of clouds, but... well, they're probably not even the right clouds. But it's a good thing I figured out what was throwing it off, why it looked so empty. Let's get more of a light pink. Let's have it go under. Nope, that's not what I want. Filter, noise, median. I'm gonna save, that took a little too long. Okay. Okay, now these are starting to look a little too perfect. Everything's like 2 and 2 and 2. Like 2 here, 2 here, and then 2 here. Warp. Oh wow. Alright, so overlay. Where's my soft brush? Okay. What green look like? Very bright. Copy, paste. Okay, now call this making background. All right. Try to add this blue. Color burn looks really good. Color burn. I'm gonna see what this does to sands real quick. I don't like what it does to sands. It can stay for the background. So. Okay. So now we're gonna get into the coloring. Let me duplicate sands. And then I'm gonna merge all of it. I probably should just save that. Let me take out this one. And then merge group. So now we're gonna mess with a lot of things. Alright. So we're gonna adjust this. What does auto do? Auto does horrible. So, color balance. Okay, highlights. Midtones will bring it down. No wait, we're still in highlights. Oh my gosh, I thought I clicked midtones. I'm such a dork. Gosh, who wanted this nerd to do stuff? Shadows, okay. Actually, I like my original one better. Let's do curves. I'm not gonna pretend I know what I'm doing, but it's just good to mess around and everything on here. Pretty much this is how I color. It's not perfect or anything. It's nowhere near perfect. But it gets it done. Let's work on sands a bit. See, that one was auto contrast, then fade. This one, what's auto color? Auto color is horrible. So color palettes, and then fade. Not sure if this one will work anymore. Okay, how much I erased? Losing some details. Let me see. Highlights. do curves. Okay. Okay. Since I kind of have the sky open, I'm not gonna add snow. This is pretty much what I do for my process. Control Shift copy. I'm gonna copy everything. Whoops. And make it into one layer. And just clean up a bit. I hope this helped. Well, I think I'm going to stop here now. And I hope you guys enjoyed that. You know what, let me check one more thing. I do this just for the heck of it. Let me see. Let me see. Gradient map? Yeah. feel like I can make this work. Ah, bah, bah, bah. So many things. let's copy all this. Alright, so this obviously wasn't perfect, and I think I messed it up. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I messed it up. But it was a learning experience for us all. And I was more than happy to do this. I think I got too crazy with the filters, but oh well. It's alright. Because I would go more on this, but like I said, I don't want this video to be too long. Because I think it's already long enough. I don't even know where it's at right now. I didn't even get to check. I usually don't make my paintings this glowy. You know what? I think I will now add this. see how it looks. Okay, that color isn't working. I'm never gonna be done. Ah! Ah! So a lot of the stuff I've done, it doesn't mean it works for everything. You just gotta trial and error. I'm gonna end it here. Uh, Otherwise, I don't think I'll ever stop. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm sorry it was so long. And that I really didn't accomplish anything. But thank you for your time. Bye.